How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video today, I'm going to talk to you guys about the Pixel 9a and getting it repaired, and how basically easy and less time consuming that was going the route that I went through. So if you guys enjoy these types of videos, it's probably why you should subscribe. So definitely do that right now before we get into the video. And a thumbs up would be much appreciated. So my Pixel 9a's eSIM failed a couple of weeks ago. Literally, just what literally happened with it was, the service signal started going in and out. It was absolutely annoying. And then, going through troubleshooting steps with my provider, they were like, yeah, go ahead and delete the eSIM profile. And this is where I knew that there was something wrong with the eSIM on this device. And when trying to delete it, it would always fail to delete the profile. Like, it was literally a pain in the ass to get the profile deleted off the phone. But we finally got it deleted off the phone. I was like, great. So they sent, a QR code to reinstall the eSIM, and that's where it wouldn't do it. No matter how many times, it wouldn't do it. And I was like, okay, I have Boost Mobile. I have it on eSIM. Very easy to transfer on Boost Mobile. So I tried them. Tried moving the eSIM from one of my phones that has Boost Mobile over to the 9A. Didn't work. Tried US Mobile. Didn't work. Tried Visible by Verizon. Didn't work. Tried Mobile X. Did not work. No carrier's eSIM profile would install on my Pixel 9a. So this is how I determined that it was the EUICC. Now, sad case point is that when it comes to these phones, the EUICC is permanently soldered onto the motherboard. So when going into uBreakiFix, because that's where I got the phone repaired, I didn't send it into Google because I didn't want to mail it out and wait for it to get mailed back. So I decided to go to one of their certified Google Pixel repairs, which is uBreakiFix. And I went to them, and it took 2 days. But the repair didn't take 2 days. It just took 2 days because they didn't have any motherboards in stock for the Pixel 9a. So they had to order a motherboard from Google and have it shipped to them, which arrived the very next day. So the day I walked in shop, talked to them, explained what was going on. They checked to make sure it was still under warranty. It was. And so they went ahead and began a warranty claim for repair. They ordered the part. The part came in the day after. And so I got a text message from them saying, hey, your motherboard came in. Bring your phone. But of course, I was busy, so I couldn't bring it in. That very moment, I got the text from them. So I went in yesterday about 1 in the afternoon, dropped the phone off to them so that way they could begin repairing it. And they let me know that I was going to lose everything because it's a brand new motherboard. So even different IMEIs. I was like, cool, whatever, just get it fixed. And they were really cool about it. The guys there are excellent. I'm talking about the one that's on, if you guys must know, it's here in Phoenix on 16th Street and Camelback. And the guys took care of me over there. They're pretty awesome. And so, they took my phone at 1 o'clock. They were like, yeah, it should take a couple of hours. Should be done by 4. And so they had my phone and they did the repairs. About 4:16, I gave them a phone call just to see, because I don't want to just walk in there and assume it's finished at 4. So I gave them a phone call, checked on it. They were like, yeah, they were doing last minute testing on it to make sure that everything is working right. So they were like, close to 5-ish to be safe. So I went back there. It was like 4:45 p.m. It was done. They handed me my phone. And, because Mobile X is easy to transfer eSIM, the moment I got the phone, I went ahead, logged in into my Mobile X app and did an eSIM transfer. Since I was connected to their shop's Wi-Fi, and the eSIM downloaded and installed on the Pixel 9a. So my phone is repaired. It is fixed. eSIM is working. I am running dual SIM, dual standby because I do have both SIMs in there, the T-Mobile SIM and Mobile X. And so that's awesome. And both are functioning just fine. Data switching is just fine. I did some flex last night with my wife as a side hustle. We went up to a rural area in Scottsdale and service flipped over and was working on the Mobile X side. So Verizon was working great out there. And yeah, everything was just fine. I had no problems at all whatsoever. And I gotta say, if you really were to chalk it up from the moment that I dropped the phone off to them to the moment that I picked it up, The repair only took like 3.5 hours, give or take. That's pretty damn cool. Pretty cool. Pixel 9a still working, still kicking butt. And I know some people are just like, man, you could have just sent it in. You could have got a Pixel 10a. Look, there's no guarantees that Google would have been like, okay, 9a is is messed up, so we're gonna send them a Pixel 10a. And there's no guarantees of that. They could have, they clearly still have Pixel 9a's in stock that they would just probably just sent me one, and it may it may have been a different color. It may have been an obsidian color. It may have been like I'm not interested in getting any of the other colors. Like I got iris. I like the color. It is my phone. It is the one that came right out of that box that's up there. So I wanted to make sure I still had the same phone, and I did. I just have a different motherboard, different IMEIs. Totally cool. I'm cool with that. Everything's working and functioning. And so yeah, so that pretty much closes the chapters of the Pixel 9a having an eSIM failure, which in fact was one of the reasons why it was delayed on release last year. This was the reason why. And this just happened to be one of the model phones that slipped through the cracks and ended up having that problem. So I'll be monitoring and watching how this phone performs going forward. If anything else arises, or if it comes across the same issue again, I will definitely make a video letting you guys know that. But as far as I'm concerned, the Pixel 9a is kicking butt and is about to become my main daily driver device again, where the Pixel 10 will be put down for a little while. I just like using the A series devices. I don't really care for triple camera setup, telephoto, none of that stuff. Like, I do love the battery on the 9a, and the battery on the 9a does go better than the Pixel 10. I'll tell you guys that at the end of the day. I've always been a big fan of the A series devices, so definitely happy to have this back, fully functional and ready to be my main daily driver device.